All right, you guys, welcome tonight to this night of activation. I'm Nikki Elsing. I'm a registered dietitian, nutritionist, wellness coach, and also a consultant in LifeVantage. And I am so stoked that you guys are here with us tonight. Um, I have so much to tell you, and I want to kind of pack it into a small spot for you to be able to get all the information that you could possibly want, but also being able to just to help you guys understand things a little bit more. So a little background on me. Like I said, I'm a registered dietitian. I've been doing this for a long time as a dietitian. I think Joanne and she's another dietitian I work closely with. I think we figured about 20 to 23 years, which is a long time. And one of my favorite ways to be able to be a dietitian is to do this in LifeVantage because I have a huge reach. Nothing is, based on how many people I can see in a day. I'm able to get on these Zooms and teach a lot of people about activation. And I've written cookbooks, I've developed meal replacement drinks, I've did different meal planning ideas, I've helped diabetics, um, metabolic syndrome, insulin resistant people, PCOS, cardiovascular. I was a cardiovascular dietitian, a gastroenterology dietitian. I worked with elderly, I worked with the younger kids. I did a ton of presentations in the media. I was a spokesperson for the state of South Dakota, East River. Did a ton of like shake hands and kiss babies kind of things, were a lot of marketing, and I absolutely loved it so much. And so coming to you with a ton of experience, a ton of excitement about what we have in store for you guys in October. I'm sure some of you have heard a lot about it. This is just a slide to kind of show some things about my family a little bit. I've been doing this business for almost 14 years. It has flown by. My kids have basically been raised in the community of LifeVantage, and I could not ask for better people to be able to work with, better people to be around as family and with my family. Um, but tonight, what we need to talk about is activation. And activation is such a big, big word. Oops, hold on one second. I just messed that up. Sorry. So LifeVantage is the activation company, and activation is something you guys need to know about. Supplementation is kind of yesterday's talk. Activation is where it is. And I'm going to talk to you tonight and tell you why this is such a big deal. Back when I was working in a cardiovascular specialty hospital, I was the gal that everybody'd come in with a bag and drop it on my desk or in the office and have me go through all their supplements, you guys, and decide if they were worth it, not worth it, if they interacted with different things, if they were doing what they were supposed to, if there were things I was worried about, if it was worth the money. And now today, in the state of activation, we don't have to guess. It's the same dose for everybody, right? And why that is because we're activating pathways in your own body to be able to do the things they're supposed to, right? Because as we age, we slow down in a lot of stuff, and we're just not so good at doing those things that we were doing before. And tonight we get to talk a little bit about activating weight loss, and can we help your body make something that helps with weight loss? And the answer is yes. And a resounding like yes with 8,000 exclamation points, you guys, because I'm so excited about it. And first, I want to just kind of go through a couple things though. I've sat across the table at the end of the hospital bed in heavy conversations about people not feeling well, right? And on the phone, we were just giggling a little bit about that earlier before everybody else got on. But lots of conversations. Why do we feel so bad and what do we do about it? Well, a lot of people are putting band-aids on the issue. And those band-aids could become these things here. They're never really getting to that root cause. And what happens is our bodies are constantly all day long getting bombarded daily by stuff. And look at that pizza. I mean, the pizza alone right there looks really good. And so I'm going to talk about food noise here in a couple minutes, but I need help with my food noise for sure. But what happens, you guys, when we're having all this bombardment is our cells, our organs, and our systems are suffering, right? And I told you before that I was working in a gastroenterology clinic. I love that job, but it was hard because everybody's gut so different, right? And I was the one that they'd save the harder people that weren't working so well with different medications and all of that, and give them to me to be able to try to figure out what else we could do to be able to make them have more success as they're working on healing their gut. And when we're throwing all kinds of stuff at us, at our guts, It's hard, right? And so we need to make sure that we're doing everything we can to be able to protect ourselves and help ourselves. So I have the solution, and the solution is that activation, you guys. So supplementing, like I said, is basically being able, I had this range of different products, right? And it would say, from this to this range is good for this size person and this size person. And I'd have to look and try to figure all that out. But that's yesterday. The thing of today, like I was trying to figure out how to explain this to you. It's activation and it's better than sliced bread, I guess you could say. I was trying to think of an analogy where everybody was so excited when they started slicing bread, right? And when you think about when you're looking at supplementation and being so excited about activation, because you guys know if we're activating your body's own pathways, to be able to do the things it did before, right? We win. And we're winning against aging, we're winning against all kinds of health related stuff. And so we are empowering our bodies to make antioxidants, proteins, enzymes, things you need for better health. And we're able to expand that, and we're expanding that very, very soon. So, what do you mean by activate? Well, when I was a dietitian working in the hospital, my mentor would give me these CDs, and they were back in the CD day, right? They were complicated. It was all about functional medicine and nutrigenomics, and I'm listening and taking notes, and it was hard stuff, right? Because we knew that it wasn't just about what grandpa and grandma had, it's what you're doing today that is of influencing how your life will progress, right? And we know through nutrigenomics that we can turn up, turn down, balance body processes with this activation component and make it so that you're able to improve the health of your cells. And that's a really, really big difference between activation and supplementation. So, what caught my attention almost 14 years ago was this little guy here, a little yellow pill, Protandim Nerf 2. And it was the first breakthrough that we had in activation. And we are the activation company. That's something that's original to us. Like we are it. And that is so fun to be able to say. And why this was such a big deal is because we take Protandim Nerf 2 and it makes antioxidants. And you guys know antioxidants are protective, right? And they're protective against aging and disease, and it fights directly against oxidative stress. And I stood all day long talking about oxidative stress and inflammation. I have a couple of my old coworkers on here tonight, and they will attest that I said that over and over and over on the phone. Inflammation and lowering oxidative stress, because I was just working in cardiovascular health, right? And in that space, this is huge, you guys, huge. And we're talking across all kinds of health benefits. So not just that one area. So they fight oxidative stress and activate the production of your own antioxidants. And when your body is producing your own antioxidants, it knows what it needs, where to use it, how to do it, and it's a million times more powerful than any other situation that you would have. So really, really big deal. You can see why that captured my attention. And you guys, it's not me saying it, even though I know I'm a dietitian, nutritionist, and wellness coach. It's not me saying it. It is PubMed and all of these research facilities that are taking their money and spending it on our product to be able to show the difference that it's making. So huge. I mean, we have so much good stuff. And this last one makes me so happy because I'm thinking about the National Institute of Aging, the National Institute of Health. That is big deals, right? That is huge. In 2017, saying Protandim, the branded supplement, not just one ingredient that's in there, is the only nutritional supplement tested that has been proven to increase the median survival in mice, thus delaying the aging process, and has the potential to extend lifespan and delay disease and dysfunction. That is like mic drop to me. When we have the National Institute of Aging talking about our flagship product and the difference that it's making, you may be wondering right now as we're having this conversation, do we have the scientific validation to back us up? Absolutely, we do. And that's why I'm here. That's why it attracts other healthcare professionals. That's why people need to make a difference. And we have to get loud about this, you guys, because activation is such a big deal. And maybe you're wondering, why haven't I heard about it? Well, it's just people like me and a few other people that are telling this story. And so maybe that's something that appeals to you where you're like, hey, I have friends and family that needs to know about this. Well, then talk to the person that invited you on tonight and ask them about getting more information. Axio is another thing, taking Axio to make brain messengers and energy. Being able to think more clearly. Yes, please. I need that. I need to have focus. I have some ADHD. I'm kind of running all over all the time, right? And Axio is my savior for that. But the other thing, you guys, it's 15 calories. 15. It has no artificial sweeteners. It doesn't have all this sugar. And I will tell you 100% that when I was talking to patients one-on-one and having these intense conversation, the things I had to be able to pick that tasted good, that were low in calories and didn't have extra sugar and artificial sweeteners were very, very, very minimal. And that's disappointing because people need more options, and that's a huge, huge option. Then a little bit ago, we brought into the space of activation collagen. Now we're talking collagen that is getting results. I was on collagen before. I was taking collagen because I knew to take collagen, right? But I wasn't getting the results I'm getting on activated collagen. There's a huge, huge difference. So we take activated collagen and we make collagen, and 100% increase in that density when we pair that up with that protandem that I was just talking about. So you see here on the side, we're starting at the beginning, and look at how much brighter and full that is getting at last week there, right? Huge, huge. And when we look at activation, we make collagen by turning on your genes. We replenish with 10 types. That's huge. Usually it's one or two. And we maintain by turning off the gene that degrades your collagen. So let's just talk about that really quick. I'm almost to GLP-1, so bear with me. We activate that through the ruby red quinoa extract. So we make sure your cells can receive it, which is important because if your cells aren't opening up to receive it and absorb it, it's just getting forced in and nobody knows really where it's going. And oftentimes it's not being absorbed. It activates your body to produce more collagen by 42%. Slows down the breakdown of your body's collagen by 33%, and again, increases your body's collagen by 100% when you add in that protandem nerf 2. That's crazy. And we're not talking hair, skin, and nails here, you guys. I mean, we are, but that's not just what we're talking about. We're talking about all these other things. Remember, I talked about extending lifespan, improving quality of life. I talked about that with the National Institute of Aging, right? With Protandim Nerf 2. We talked about Axio so you can think more clearly and have a good thing to drink that tastes good, that is very minimal calories and no bad stuff. And then we're talking about collagen. Being able to increase your collagen 100%, that's wild. And when we know it's in joints and everywhere, that's a big deal that we need to make sure people know. So we're getting great results. I've got 80 gazillion of these I could share with you. And we also want to make sure you know that we don't have any of those added sugars, artificial sweeteners. We're non-GMO, dairy-free, gluten-free, soy-free, because we care about that. We care about making sure that the things that we are using as consultants and that we are shipping out to you is decent, good, wholesome stuff, because not everything is, as you guys know. So we pair those two together, we get even better results. I know that people have been affected these last few years with some crazy stuff that's floating around, right? We also have people that have where their immune systems are attacking themselves. Well, guess what? When you add in these two things, protandem and the collagen together, there was a study that was done and checking into fibroblast cells. Fibroblast cells are everywhere. And what it did was it showed that by pairing those two together in that healthy glow stack, it helps to be able to make so your immune system can figure out what's going on, work on taking care of it, and then stepping back and letting it be done. Lots of those other situations, it overreacts. It overreacts and overreacts and overreacts and causes lots of issues, making people sick, having tons of pain, all kinds of things I could list on and on. But by taking those two together, it makes it so it knows to react and then settle down like a thermostat. So like I said, we're an activation company. We are all over the place. We're in hair, we're in skin, we're in dogs, we're in protection against stuff that comes seasonally. We're trying to help you sleep better. We're giving you your micronutrients. We've got fish oils. We're looking at eyes, all kinds of activation, lots of good stuff all over the place. But now we need to talk about weight loss. And you guys, this is my jam. Like, this is what I love the most. But guess what? This girl started working at home. And sometimes that makes things sneak up on you because you're not used to wearing like dress clothes like you used to, right? And that's what I would be able to gauge my success based on how my clothes are fitting. And then I would adjust things if they weren't fitting as well. Well, when you work from home, you don't wear traditional dress clothes usually. And so I also started having issues with my thyroid. And I also am a midlife type of woman, right? And weight creeps up and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. And I need to make a difference. And so I am beyond excited about what is coming in October, you guys. And just thinking about the fact that we can have something that helps us lose weight and also can help us with other health situations in a positive manner. Because right now, when you guys think of GLP-1, it's everywhere, right? Conversations all day long about GLP-1, billboards, magazines, TV, all over the place. Well, what if I was able to tell you that we can take this activation component, put it into the weight loss industry with GLP-1 and activate your body to make its own GLP-1 to be able to help you figure out what to do with the food you're eating. How cool would that be? So taking the new GLP-1 activation system to make your own GLP-1 hormone. It's not forcing anything. It's just doing what you naturally would do before we kind of messed everything up, right? With all kinds of things. So we are, as LifeVantage, the first to market this natural product that's scientifically shown to increase that GLP-1 hormone. We have a patent that's being filed, thank goodness. Myself as a business owner, and some of the rest of you as a business owner, we want to make sure we're protected, right? Even though it is killing me to not get my hands on the product and not get my hands on all the other details, but it's coming, you guys. So it's almost here. And that's what we want to talk about tonight is we need to talk about what it's really doing. So we have the opportunity to have less food noise, to feel fuller, longer, and not needing to snack between meals and spend less time thinking about food. I think of, especially if you're a woman, I feel like, or a mom, like one of the first questions, you could be eating breakfast and then after breakfast, people are like, well, what's for supper? Like you don't even have a chance to like be full, right? We're always kind of thinking. Also that fewer late night cravings. And those we know are really tough, like sitting around, hanging out. Sometimes we snack just because, but also that weight loss and inches. I love the inches. So see this person in the middle. It's not a great picture. I want to be the one on the right, not with all the white stuff. And remember that by the time we have anything hanging over our pants, so to speak, and this is kind of raw dietitian talk, but by the time we have anything hanging over our pants, there's a whole lot more that's around all those organs that we have inside. And it's not just hanging out, doing nothing, it is actively seeking out trouble. And that's a problem. And I have some and I don't want it anymore, right? And that's why I am so excited about this GLP-1. So as I'm learning more about it, because honestly, when I hear a lot about it, I hear people say, oh, I've lost weight, but then they also say stuff about things that they don't like anymore, right? That they're having these side effects. And it makes you think that maybe there is no way to have this GLP-1 be working for you without having all the side effects. But since we're a dietary supplement and we're activating your body's GLP-1, we don't have to have injections. We don't have prescriptions. And we're not seeing bad side effects. We're seeing good stuff. So GLP-1 as a whole is very important in your body. It helps to regulate your blood sugar, helps to suppress your appetite, slows down digestion, and helps to suppress that glucagon release. Very big stuff. And remember, you guys, it has a lot of other benefits, like all throughout your system. There are so many good things, specifically working with your brain and your belly. And they have good conversations and say, hey, Nikki, knock it off. You're full. Why are you still eating? Right? We all need help with that. And so we want to make sure that we're doing all that we can to be able to improve that conversation, activate that GLP-1 production in the way that it used to do great in your body. Now, if you've been somebody that's struggled with weight a long time, maybe you're sitting there going, oh, my GLP-1 has never done what it's supposed to do. And maybe it hasn't. And it just needed a little bit extra bit of a boost. And that's what we're talking about here. Okay. So here's some results. And I'm like, I don't even know. I'm just so excited. And I feel like Shauna, the bottom middle, is the one that is most relatable because I feel like she's just super real life and just like looking at, she's not super thin. She doesn't have 5 pounds to lose. She has bigger goals, and she's been somebody that struggled with this a long time. And I just love it. And I should update it because we actually have a 3-week one too. And she's even better than that. And so just really fun to be able to see these changes in people. And Marcy, look at her side picture, you guys. Her side picture. I want that. That's what I want to have happen to me. But look what she's saying. She has a crazy amount of energy. She's getting stuff done. And she's lost inches and she's lost weight. She's not telling you she's got all these problems and constipated and this and that and the other thing. She's talking all good stuff, you guys, because good things are happening when we can naturally activate that. But how do we increase GLP-1 naturally? And what are we going to do? I mean, guys, it's September and it comes in October. It's launching October 11th. You need to tell whoever invited you onto this that you want to get on their list so that you're one of the first people to know when it's available. But until then, we want to promote a healthy microbiome. Well, what in the world is that? We want to have a healthy gut. Think probiotics, prebiotics. We have it at LifeVantage. If you want to be able to use ours, we've got it. And I love our probiotic. And this is coming from me as a gastroenterology dietitian, because it gets past the stomach acid in a time release capsule. Otherwise, stomach acid kills all the good stuff, and that's bad. We also have a prebiotic that is the fertilizer that feeds the good stuff. And maybe you're like, you know what? I think my good stuff's good. I just maybe need to feed it a little bit more. Fine. Get on the prebiotic. You mix it in a little water, drink it. I am drinking that every single day, and I want to make sure that I'm activated. I also am making sure I have my Protandim, my Axio, and my collagen, because I want to have that activation so that that fog that I have going on is cleaned up. I want to make sure I'm drinking good things, because I know drinking stuff can make a big amount of calories that we forget about. And I don't want saggy skin. Super vain, but that's the truth. So with my collagen, I don't want saggy skin. And so I want to do everything I can as I'm losing weight to make sure that that's happening. Granted, I've been on the collagen for a couple of years now, but that's what I keep thinking in my head, is I want to make sure I'm doing all those things. So we also can eat foods that increase that GLP-1. And then supplement with that LifeVantage GLP-1 activator. And I need to remember to tell you what's involved with that, but let me tell you a little bit about foods that increase it first. So let's look at this, you guys. And I got to tell you that we're thinking lots of colors, kind of stinky stuff, lots of colors, lots of fibers, right? All this stuff on here, you guys probably already know that are good for you, right? And these are things that increase GLP-1. Well, that's what I'm learning too as we go through. And I've been preaching this Mediterranean diet for those, well, probably 20 years. This is the diet that gets all the accolades about healthy this, healthy that. Some of my coworkers, my old coworkers that are on tonight, could probably teach you all about the Mediterranean diet since I heard it so much. But putting it into action and taking charge of your nutrition. We have to change our lifestyle, right? We have to move more. We have to eat more. And I'm going to activate with this GLP-1 activator. That's a big part of it, right? Because what I'm doing right now isn't working for me to the greatest capacity to make my weight come off, and I need help. And that's what I'm going to do. If you're not eating this way, if you're not eating vegetables at lunch and supper, if you're not eating a bunch of fiber, if you're like, oh my gosh, I don't even drink water, or maybe I'm not even going for a walk, do it. We have time to prep, right? Before this comes in, we need to change our lifestyle so that we are able to have this work even better for us, right? We want to clean up a lot of that fog, dust, clean up the cobwebs if we have them in our shoes and our tennis shoes, who knows? But, being able to make those changes will result in even more success. And that's what we want 100%. So something fun. There's myself and Joanne. Joanne has been my mentor for eons of years, and some of you know her. We started this YouTube channel called Confessions of Two Dietitians. If you go to just my name, you'll find it as well. Lots of fun to be able to just do little tiny segments all about nutrition and the Mediterranean diet, and just trying to make it so it's kind of fun and exciting. You'll notice that I'm a little more kind of loud and I don't follow the rules and I'm just kind of goofy. And Joanne is the research gal, but she's also goofy and fun. But I'm super blessed by her. And you guys, this has been such an exciting thing to be able to help teach you And watch for this because this is an important part of your success. If you're thinking that you want to learn more about LifeVantage and what we have to offer, just know that there is a whole business component to this as well. And that person that invited you here can tell you a little bit more about it, but decide what you want to do, you guys. I'm going to stop sharing so I can see you better. But decide what you want to do. Um, just know that there's hope and there's options. And tonight, the things that I talked about can help you activate that willpower. We all have it. It's just that it's sometimes buried a little bit under stuff, right? And so being able to activate that willpower, knowing that you can make a difference in your health and wellness, right? Even though right now you're probably disappointed, maybe if you're like me, I'm bummed because I want to get rid of this weight. But I'm jacked and excited and so looking forward to October, and not to wish time away, but I'm excited and what it involves, you guys, because I told you I would remember, and I did remember, which I'm proud of because sometimes I forget. What is the system? The system is two things. So it's 2 pills you take in the morning, right? I'd put it in my bathroom or by my bed. You drink it with a glass of water, nothing with calories for 30 minutes. Okay, that's why you have to drink it with water. 30 minutes later, you can do whatever you want. But once you take those pills, you wait. And then after that, you have 4 scoops of powder throughout your day. Okay, you can do them all at once if you want to. I'm not going to. I'm going to split mine up. So I'm going to take 2 in the morning and 2 later in the day because I want to make sure I get all the help with my food noise that I can get, right? Makes sense. I have had this powder. They're just smaller scoops, nothing big. I've had this powder mixed with lemonade Axio, and it made it kind of creamy and it was super good. It maybe has, like, sniffing it, has a little bit of a vanilla, maybe very light. But it tastes dreamy in the lemon Axio, and I'm excited because I think it'll make all of the Axios taste a little creamy, which I love. And I've also had it plain, just mixed in water, and I was not excited about it. I was kind of dreading the first sip, but I tried it and it tastes good. It tastes like what I would imagine oat milk would taste like. I've never had oat milk, but I've had oatmeal or overnight oats and poured milk on it and then let it sit all night. And then I've been eating it in the morning. It reminds me of that. And so very pleasant, no aftertaste, nothing gritty, all just good, good stuff. So on that note, you guys, thanks for being here. I appreciate you so much. Thanks for listening, being excited with me. Holler if you have any questions. I won't keep anybody on right now, but being able to know that we have options and these options are good and they have health benefits is a huge, huge bonus. So thanks, you guys. Take care, and we will see you soon. See ya.